We're going to go now live to Mike Helgren again, who has Mike, our understanding, a business owner in that area, or witness?
Well, someone who works and lives here, Colleen Hendrickson, and you were telling me that it was just kind of chaotic here.
Absolutely. When I first left, I was just trying to catch the bus. It was just a regular day. It was just slightly rainy. And it wasn't until someone said, hey, there's an active shooting going on there, you be careful. And I, of course, thought it was like far off, or that's like down the road or something, right? Not like right here. And no, it's right outside. It's right on the doorstep.
Describe what you've seen as far as police activity, just how, how crazy it's been here.
It's been absolutely crazy. Everything's cut off. All the roads are cut off. They're not even supposed to let cars down here, and they're just using any larger vehicles they're letting through. But they're telling some people to divert through the graveyard somewhat. But there's so many cars that I think I counted at least 13 ambulances, and that was just when I was counting. And they put in a lot of emergency vehicles. There's like 3 choppers. They're still looking, still investigating.
And, well, we just saw several empty Harford County school buses go by here. I don't know the purpose of those, but just to point those out, and still multiple police cars here. Now, tell me, you live in the area, you work in the area, you're familiar with it. So this is, as we understand, some sort of a business park. Can you tell us about it?
It's mostly warehouses in the area. Along that, there's the Clorox plant, the Sephora warehouse. It's usually just a really sleepy place. There's a lot of residential neighborhoods on this side here, and then there's just some warehouses and like the Rite Aid area and warehouse. It's really just usually very calm, and this is the most chaotic I've ever seen it.
And just describe how frightening this is for you as someone who is, from this area, and then all of a sudden, you're seeing all this police activity, you're hearing about a mass shooting. I mean, your emotions dealing with this.
Oh, it's very scary when it's just right there on your doorstep, because you can see a billion news reports about shooters, about emergency instances, and it still doesn't make it real to you. But I think it's real for a lot of people right now, and there's a lot of people still affected by this. They're still looking, and it's been a few hours at this point, or about an hour and a half. It's just insane, and it's still sinking in. It's still crazy.
And tell me, is it a fairly large business park? Are there multiple ways in and out? I mean, I don't know how familiar you are with that, particular area.
Well, at least with that up there, there's really only out Spazusha there and out Spazusha there, and really there's only 3 main ways of getting in and out, at least right here, and it's just blocked everything off. And they're still, of course, looking in the forest area for investigation purposes. And yeah, I've been told that stay in the safe area, but I've been told different things about what's the safe area, and I've essentially been told I can't go back to my apartment too. So everyone, I think a lot of cars here are just stuck. There's been trucks there for at least 40 minutes.
Yeah, we saw those 18-wheelers on Spazusha here that have just stopped on the side of the road.
Not only is this scary, but it's really halted a lot of things that people were meant to do and trying to do today. And it is infuriating a little, not only that there's a mass shooter, but that everything's just kind of stopped up like this.
And we've talked today about how unfortunately familiar this area has been with some high-profile shootings, the one at the Panera not that long ago, and just last year the workplace shooting just to our south here with a manhunt that lasted hours. I mean, your thoughts that this community, this Harford County community, is going through something like this again?
Well, I think it's a matter of, I did hear quite a bit about the Panera shooting, and I just think it's something where it's usually such a small place. It's usually really quiet. I just think there's a lot of people that they see it on TV and they try to emulate it. So maybe it's that a lot of people feel like they're wanting to cause a stir again with that. And I feel like with the warehouse situation, I know a lot of people feel like they're overworked. Maybe it has something to do with that. I have no idea.
And we're still waiting to hear details about the motive, about the investigation. All that is fluid right here. But I want to ask you as well, you said, you know, you're not sure if you can get back to where you live. So what are you going to do?
Well, I'm trying to get to work. I'm just going to wait and see where the safe areas or what areas they say are safe. I'm going to try to walk there, and I'm trying to, you know, just get to work on time, or as close as on time as I can get, as a lot of people are trying to do right now. And I'm sure that a lot of people are scared because this, you know, is right on their doorstep, and this usually doesn't happen at this kind of level anywhere usually, like in smaller towns.
Here in Harford County. Thank you, Colleen. I certainly appreciate you taking time to share your thoughts with us and give us some perspective on this area as we try to gather more information. We'll send it back to you on TV Hill.